Hello everyone and welcome. Excuse my voice and my running nose. I'm getting over a cold. I'm hoping that you can overlook this. I am fine. It's just I don't sound fine. So today we will be doing a reading about your wealth path in September, and this is a possible path, so it's up for you to decide how far you want to take this, and if you want to be taking advice from me and my guides together with your guides. It's up to you. And I think I have cat hair in my eye here. And the wealth path we're speaking of here is holistic wealth in all areas of your life. And it is also heavily tied into your finances, because your finances is also a very, very clear reflection on your relationship to this material world. So how do you handle your finances? What does that relationship look like? Many people do have an unhealthy relationship with finances, as I've come to experience, and especially a lot of people in the spiritual community. So I think that this is where we need to do a lot of work. Our relationship to this world needs to be healthier overall. So let's stop rambling and let's dig into it. We will be starting with an overall theme for this path this month. What's the focus here? Something that you can aim at in the distance. Because as you all know, when you're heading somewhere, it's easier to have a target in the far distance to keep a straight course. If you're just looking at what's straight ahead, 2 meters in front of you, you will go like this all the time. It gets much harder. So this theme will be revealing the distant focus ahead, something to aim for. And for that, we are using the Kali Oracle Pocket Edition. I completely forgot to set an intention, so let's begin with that. I'm out of sorts. I connect in with my eternal soul and the infinite wisdom of my eternal soul through all existing lifetimes, the past, the present, and the future all coming together in this now moment, providing us with clear insight and information into this matter. Connecting into my spirit tribe, connecting into this community, meaning everyone who will be feeling a sense of connection to these messages and to my energies, connecting in with the spirit tribes of this community, connecting in with the goddess, Shillanagig. I'm sorry if the pronunciation is not correct there. Connecting in with the primordial mother, she who has birthed all of us and the earth herself. Is there anything else here? This is a very deep, fundamental connection. It goes into the root and the core, just to be aware of what we are connecting in with here. It's our primordial mother. I set the intention that this reading We give you clarity and information about the steps to take to consciously choose a wealthy path for yourself throughout September, the month of September. I set the intention that I channel these messages in a clear, concise, compassionate, and impactful way in order to make a shift and a transformation in your experience moving ahead from this point forward. I pray that these messages will be for the highest good of all beings and the earth in its entirety. Let it be so. Thank you. I'm being held in this space with the primordial mother for some reason. Why is that? Is there something that you want to express here? She is encouraging a practice where you connect in with her regularly, because as it is right now, most of you are flying up in the air, not really connected to Earth that very much, and it is harming your connection to Earth, to your physicality and the physicality around you. I feel when coming into the spiritual community, it is so much talk of the spirit guides and the celestial realm, but do we ever speak about building connection with that deep core being? That we have a relationship with being here on earth. It has to be in equal measure, and as it is right now, there is imbalance, speaking largely and widely here. Is there anything else? Okay, I can proceed now. So, the theme. What's the theme for this wealth path in September? And they're emphasizing Virgo season, which will be leading into Libra. So there's a transition here as well. Perhaps moving forward, I will be doing more seasonally specified. We'll see. But this plays into it, where how the celestial energies are working together with us here on Earth, and how the Earth itself responds to that, mirrors that. So keep that in mind. So what's the theme? What can we focus on and aim for this month? And they want to say, heading up to this shift of the zodiacal signs. Mantra Shakti. Do not allow negative thought or speech to undermine your inner spiritual connection. Claim your voice and your power to express yourself from the heart, from your heart. Though it may not yet be visible in your physical world, a new order is generating within the soul, and in time it shall manifest in a transformation that heals your inner world and improves your physical life circumstances too. So this season is about mastering your inner realm, because I also pulled out the Tarot of Vampyres, which I feel is a very great tool to be using for that specifically. Mastering your inner realm. They're giving me something here that it starts from within. You are building the capacity within yourself to master yourself and your life. And then you can create habits that reflect that outside of you. And then your habits and your actions will reshape your reality as well. So this is really laying the groundwork here, which is interesting because I remember now that I did this reading about your building blocks to success, where we spoke about these things, the foundation and the house and the roof. And the house, the foundation being this inner realm. So we are honing in on that this month here. Or I will not say that. I will say that there is an opportunity that is extra fruitful for be doing that. And it makes sense being in Virgo season, meaning that you are really diligently honing in on your life being as healthy and wealthy in yourself as possible, because that's laying the groundwork for you to serve. Okay, how to begin? We're moving into the tarot of Vampyres. And this will be 3 steps. And each one is depending on the other here. And so perhaps you will get to the first step this month, or the second, or the third. And you don't need to stress about this. It's not a requirement. But if you feel called to, do your very best to follow this advice. So the first step, this is what will set you off into this trajectory. So what will set us off into this desired trajectory of our wealth path in September? Of mastering. I'm seeing the word skills in my inner eyes, my inner mind. So your inner realm also has to do with your skills. Quite specifically, your relationship to your skills. Are you putting your work out there? Are you inhibited by your own emotions and thoughts? That's where you need to do some work and some mastering of your thoughts and your emotions. Queen of Grails. I'm not sure if the camera is picking this up. 9 of Knives. So this is the Queen of Cups and the 9 of Swords, which is essentially a confirmation of what I was saying here. Your relationship with this inner realm, how you speak to yourself about your potential, your gifts, your skills, your abilities. Are you letting yourself get in your own way? That needs to end here. That is the first step. So how do we go about that? Let's use the Shapeshifters Oracle. And you decide. It's your choice. No one can do this for you. You can receive encouragement But you are the one who will be doing this work. Quetzalcoatl and the Priestess of Time. The time has come. The time to act is now. There's no other way to say this really, but that you just need to do it. You just need to put yourself out there and make it as easy, as accessible as possible for you. But it needs to expand beyond yourself and your own limited space, because it is limited. You have some passion, some desires, some gifts, some abilities that you are meant to share. And if they are just staying put in your own limited space, they will never have a chance to grow. They will never have a chance to serve people. And once you get a taste of that, of the feeling of serving, it feels very, very, very good. I can tell you. But we think that our own issues, our own problems are more important than aiding and helping people. Why would we otherwise let it get in our way? That's one way to put it. Is there anything else you would want to say with this? Let's move on to the next step. So this step, it is what it is. It is what it is. You can't shortcut yourself into this. You just need to do it. You just need to get started. And the first step really is the hardest. And it really is the hardest just before you are taking that first step. So just get moving. Get moving. Get that train running. So this next second step is, this will keep you in momentum. And I'm feeling a different deck for this one, perhaps. Let's do one pull from the Tarot of Vampyres and one from the Smith-Waite. Two of Knives, which is Two of Swords, and a Hierophant. I wonder why the Hierophant was supposed to be pulled from the Smith-Waite and not the Tarot of Vampyres. We will get to that. When you make this choice of putting yourself out there, and perhaps you are already in some capacity, if that's the case, your capacity needs to expand, which means you need to be doing something beyond what you are doing now that will be moving you forward. Which means it will probably be a bit frightening and thrilling, because it is pushing you a little bit out of your comfort zone. That step, that is what you are supposed to be taking. And that goes for me as well. And when you have made that choice to put yourself out there even more, you need to continue to apply yourself to that choice. It is not a one-all be-all choice. You need to continue to choose that choice for yourself, and most importantly, your community, because your community is waiting for you. Now, the Hierophant. We have the 7 of swords, the 7 of knives. No, the 7 of skulls at the bottom of this deck. There could be some imposter syndrome kicking in here. Feeling that you aren't a mentor or a teacher or a healer. Or that you have the potential of it, but you are not there yet. And this is how it will be throughout your journey. You will never feel fully ready when you are taking the next step. That's just how it is. There are more things to be said about that, but I think I will stop there with that. So the 7 of skulls and the Hierophant. There's more to be learned here. So as you continue to choose... Oh wait, there's something. I feel the presence now again of Sheila Nagig. Connecting in with this message. That this is an opening to something very sacred and something very ancient. Like the high priest. Yeah, I get it now. Like the high priestess. Sacred, secret knowledge that is hidden. The occult. But it is hidden because you have not yet tapped into it. So it is hidden to you. So there is a request here that you will be moving into the initiation of the high priestess archetype. So learning more, revealing more wisdom to yourself through teachings, through wisdom, through learning. Studying esoteric, whatever applies to your work here. Perhaps you're a yoga teacher and you need to expand on your Ayurvedic teaching or something like that. You know your field, but you need to expand in your field. Oh, I completely lost the train of thought here. Why is that? There might be some doubt coming in here. I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't have the resources. I will be considered weird, whatever it is. These thoughts are just ways for your mind to keep you in the same place. So find your way to delve deeper. It's fear stopping you. Acknowledge the fear and move forward anyway. So you're moving into deeper study, and it is the high priestess, so it also means understanding it in an embodied way. Practice it in your day-to-day life, so it becomes an embodied understanding of your teachings. And when you have been moving through that, it is time to teach. It's time to show others what you have learned and be humble in that experience. And I do believe that this is where a fear could be coming up for us as well. The fear of becoming dogmatic for some people. Becoming dogmatic and becoming a guru that has no real anchor in the reality. So stay humble and it will work out just fine. Be open to changing your perspective and perception. Be open to others' experiences and wisdom, and you will be all right. I feel drawn to do a pull from the Kuan Oracle. And hey, you friend, have you gotten this deck yet? I hope so. You know who you are. So this pull is actually quite specifically for those of you who feel a quite strong connection to this deck or to Kuan Yin, or just feel intrigued by this pull. There's a special message for you around this step. Oh, I see. This could be deterring you from your original plans. We have two messages. Ivory Swan Goddess. The Ivory Swan Goddess affirms your spiritual grace and purity. The purity of your inner light never fades and cannot be tainted. Release stories of guilt, shame, judgment, or fear that you are not enough in any way, so that you may realize your divine beauty. Be more of yourself and shine your loving divine light in the world. Wow. I feel that message speaks for itself. Drink from the emerald fountain. The divine feminine encourages your awakening and empowerment. Your sincerity is evoking Kuan Yin's divine intervention. It makes sense to be open to receive it, to step forward and drink from the emerald fountain, which is the unconditionally loving heart chakra of Kuan Yin. Allow yourself to be nourished by the power and love of the Divine Mother flowing to you now. This is a supported path for you, and you are being actively nudged to take it repeatedly. It's just about realizing your worth to take up on that path. Was that correct English? I don't know. I'm always learning. Okay, the next and final step here. Most of you will not get to this one until later on. This year is what I'm receiving. But some of you are very, 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 very determined. And there's not a judgment in either way. It's just your soul has a specific timing and pace for this. And your human self as well. Your human self needs to catch up with all the changes that you are making in its own time. That doesn't mean that you can't push yourself, but you need to push yourself enough, if that makes sense. Some people can push harder. So, the third step, this will elevate your experience to the next level. I believe that this is like the quantum leap thing that people are talking about. That's not really my language, but just to paint a picture. So this is what will make you level up a notch in your wealth game, if we are speaking in those terms. Okay, so this is advanced. We will be taking 3 cards for this one. This will elevate your experience to the next level. Like ka-ching! In all areas of your life. That means doing the hard things. that means doing the hard things. I did a very hard thing yesterday, and I already feel that it was very, very rewarding, even though it was so difficult. Wow. 3 major arcana cards. The Chariot. I need to get some lighting when I can afford it. The Emperor. I would actually love to speak more about money someday. Fortune. Let's see if that will happen. Lord of Skulls. Lord of Skulls to me is very... he has control over his life. In a good way, when healthy. He's commanding his own life. And he or she, or they, know that he is in full control. And he is the one that will make things happen. And he is disciplined. And make sure that he's taking the steps necessary. Even the hard ones. Even the difficult ones. Because he can see the vision ahead. Very practical. Doesn't let emotions and thoughts getting in his way. Not saying that emotions is a bad thing. Sometimes they are just prohibiting us from moving ahead when they are deeply connected to our negative thoughts. I hope you understand. Okay, so the Chariot, the Emperor, Fortune, and I'm really feeling pulled in by this image. I don't know if you can see it, but he's holding a bleeding rose. And I feel that this is a heart. There's something about vulnerability here. It's a vulnerable position to be in, to be very self-assured. And to be successful and ambitious and living life on your own terms. It's a vulnerable space to be in. And the trick is not to shut it off, but to recognize this vulnerability, but knowing that you are parenting yourself as an adult and that you can handle it with the support from yourself and the support from loved ones. Some people can't handle this position that you will come in. And you need to be discerning of how you respond to that. Now, the Chariot. Having that in mind, what I just said, there's something about focus and determination. I need to pull a clarifier from Oracle of the Shapeshifters. Please clarify. There's something that I'm missing here. Oh, there's a moon here on this card. Right there. And we have a moon here. So there's something here. Oh, there's something here with the eclipse. There's something with the eclipse. It will show you an area in your life where you are currently stuck in old memories, energies, habits. And it will be probably very cringy and not nice to look at. But look it straight into the eyes and decide for yourself, is this how I want to continue, or do I want to elevate to the next level? A beautiful rat, take care of yourself. This is so interesting. I feel that this is the space where you could be, where old wounding could be resurfacing the most. And that is probably why most of you will not come to this stage this month. Because you are simply not ready for it in your nervous system, in your experience as it is now. Because you will be really pushing your boundaries here. What else wants to be said with this? And this is where you will need to come to the realization that you got yourself, that you got your back, that you can take care of yourself, and that you take the, how do you say? Do you say like take the measures to make sure that your needs are being met? Prioritizing your well-being to make sure that you can continue to move ahead, so that this old wounding doesn't continue to push you down or stop you. It's a protective mechanism. So it's a really loving strategy, but it is also holding you back. And another way for you to be expressing your love to yourself is to explore your potential of not holding yourself back. There's something else. There's something with the connection between these three cards. What is that? I'm going to pull a card from the Waite-Smith Oracle. What is the connection between these three cards? This will be hard. This will be hard. But if you're up for a challenge, you will quite like this. The Lovers. Oh. This is about connecting deeper, more deeply, and more fiercely with who you are on the inside, and not letting niceties and, is that a word? Approval or people pleasing getting in your way of discovering the deeper truth of what you're here to bring. And that can be a sort of energy, an impact, an expression. It doesn't even have to be put into words. But the need here is to dig deeper into your unique way of expressing yourself, your what unique gifts that bring. What comes to mind is the conversation I had yesterday with a friend that I was really, really upset with. And the more I come into me, the more I experience this fierce love. I have this sort of fierce love that is so strong and passionate. And it can be expressed through, I'm rooting for you, I've got your back, just tell me how I can help you. And it can also be expressed as, now you really need to quit your bullshit. Get yourself together. Get yourself back up from the ground and stop complaining about where life is wrong, when you're not doing anything about it. That's also a way for me to express my love. I have the love of Kali, you could say. And on the surface, it's easy for me to judge that. But I can also see how I so much enjoy and take pleasure in when people are giving this sort of love to me. So I can see how much of a gift that is. We need different kind of medicine depending on who we are, where we are in life, and what we want to achieve. So that is just an example. But I feel that there's more to that. There are deeper layers to that. I feel a card pull from the Kuan Yin again. What's this pull about? An affirmation. This is an affirmation. If you're here on this third and final step, you're moving deeper. It feels vulnerable, it feels difficult, it feels hard, and you will probably be asked by your outer surroundings and experiences to be doing something difficult, so that the change is not just in your mind space, like, oh, I know this about yourself. Now you have got to put it out there, because it is the putting it out there, the real authentic you, that is the hardest, because the fear of rejection can be so deeply intertwined into your being. That's the biggest hurdle. Wanting people to see you for who you are and loving you for who you are. And the fear of not feeling that when you indeed are yourself to your fullest capacity. So an affirmation for that experience. Weave the future golden. Something good is coming your way. Kuan Yin now assists you to weave your future into the present moment, to call in and draw to you the opportunities, teachings, circumstances, and synchronicities that are waiting for you, and which will enable your soul to live its divine destiny with greater abundance, bliss, and creative fulfillment. There will be a match for you for the deeper authenticity of who you are. And I want to tell you this, perhaps you have experienced this yourself. But when I was in more of hiding and more of people pleasing and masking the more true expression of me, the friends that I had, the love exchange that I had, did not feel as strong, as real, as true, as deep as some of the love exchanges that I have been experiencing now more recently, when I am more of me. Because I knew that they didn't love me for who I truly am. They loved me for an image of me. And when I started to show more of my true colors, yes, there were some people that faded away, but I didn't really felt truly seen by those people anyway. that love didn't feel as true and deep as authentic. And that's not what I want anyway. Okay, so we have one card left to speak about, which is the Wheel of Fortune. These workings of letting yourself come out more and more. It's like these cogwheels that will put things into motion. That could be, I get this feeling. I'm being asked to tap into it. Hold on. It's thrilling, so it's scary. These changes that will be happening around you. So it's scary and it's thrilling, but it is also so exciting. Like I can't keep up with my own excitement. It feels so good. It's that sort of excitement you had when you were a child that is unbridled, uninhibited, just core energy, core fuel, core passion, pure excitement, the anticipation. And it's freeing. It's freeing. I feel like I'm being let out of a constrictive cage where I have been kept and held by my own insecurities as a protective mechanism for a very, very, very long time. It feels very, very freeing to be here. And I do wish for each and every one of you to be experiencing this feeling. I can't tell you in words how good it feels. So to cap this off, wait, there's something more. There's something with the colors here and the chakras. This, when you come here, there will be a more free flowing of energy, of your creative energy. Your energy will not be obstructed and prohibited in the same way. So don't be surprised if there comes bursts of energy and desire and passion and lust and just this raw, pure energy coming out of you all at once. Let it. You deserve it. You deserve it. If you have been keeping it locked up inside for a really long time, ride on that wave. And don't try to push it down. Ride on that wave. Just like the wheel keep on turning. Ride on that wave until it stabilizes. Okay. Anything else? The final card. I have written here possible outcome, but I think that is the possible outcome. And I'm seeing the word advice in my mind's eye. So we will be pulling cards for advice from our spirit guides around these steps. Even though they are advice in itself. Which deck will we use? Okay, so we will be using the Smith-Waite and the Kali Oracle. So what's your advice to us as we are moving through this experience? Each and every one of us having an individual experience with this path, this season, they won't say, up until the shift and the solar eclipse No, it's a lunar eclipse, right? No, I don't know. I don't know. Ace of Pentacles, the Magician, Page of Wands. This is a very potent season for new beginnings, and not new beginnings, but new beginnings of a deeper level of where and who you are. What comes to mind is that Nine of Cups card in the Marielle Tarot that I spoke about last reading. Peace with who and what and where you are, or something like that. It's a new doorway into a new level of that. So it's not new, fresh, but it feels fresh. But it feels familiar at the same time, if that makes sense. Ace of Pentacles, the Magician. It's leaning more into your power. So the advice is to take the opportunity, essentially, and ride along for as long as you can. Move forward as much as you can with this opportunity. And it will be depending on different factors. Who you are, what your soul wants, the condition of your human body right now. If you're in a lot of stress or something, you will be asked to take it more easy. But your time will come. And also the conditions of your environment. Dharma of Kali. Your most abundant successes manifest when you are aligned with your integrity. You do not need to put your faith in pathways or projects that do not resonate with your deeper spiritual knowing. Everything that is happening in your life is part of how your prayers are being answered. A new order is to be established. You are being led into it. Try to focus. Try to focus on this path. However much you are capable of it. Make it your focus. Be determined. Because the reward, it will pay itself off. You will be feeling more in control and more in power and more empowered. So the advice is really to take the opportunity, take the bait that spirit and that the primordial mother is offering to you now. Everything that is happening in your life is part of how your prayers are being answered. So if things get messy and it doesn't look like the way you thought it would, trust in the process. Trust in the process. And I feel like it is especially important this month. It could get messy. Trust in it. And that is all that I have to say here today. Thank you so much, dear friends, for tapping in. And I do wish you a very, very successful Virgo season. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.